Hello. Today we have a special guest, a great friend of mine and my client, industrial engineer Jaime Garcia Pelayo. He is owner and CEO of Epoxemex and Allchem, two Mexican companies with a great deal of experience on Mexican chemistry industry about epoxy resins and hardeners. Headquarters are in Mexico City, and you have some branches in Guadalajara and Monterrey. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks, and you. And my pleasure to be here in your work.
Thank you so much. My name is Minero. I am an MBA student at University Canada West in Vancouver, Canada. I'm also an accountant and tax specialist, advisor and consultant. We knew each other since 1997. Since then, we have been working together, and Jim and his companies have kept a steady growing, facing many challenges in Mexico. We're going to talk about change management, and there is no one better than you. Thank you again, Jim.
Thank you. I hope I can cover your expectations.
Yes, I know that you are going to expand our knowledge. Today's agenda will be about all the important changes that you and your companies have faced along these years for adapting and evolving the different circumstances about economy, exchange rates, inflation, government changes, the last earthquake, COVID pandemic, IT upgrades, fiscal changes on taxes and import and export rates, developing new products, and so on. Let's keep in mind Mexican economy is a roller coaster. Change management implies all the important changes you have implemented in your companies, developmental, transitional, and transformational, hence developing new products, changing the company's current state towards a new one, and changing cultural behavior. All of them have happened in your companies. That's the main reason I want you to share your experience with us. Our agenda is about 5 questions. We would like to talk about ISO implementation. In the second, growing on assets, you're expanding your plants and equipment. Number 3, 2017 earthquake. 4, developing new products, and finally, COVID pandemic. Let's get started. Please tell us how ISO implementation was. What did you need and what was the process?
For ISO?
Yes, for ISO 9000.
Okay. Well, we are competing with the global companies, multinational companies, and all of them has quality control systems, mainly ISO 9001. So that's why we decide to apply all the process to be certificated by ISO 9001. That in that time was a big change. In that time, it wasn't as big as today. I think we were like 45, 50 employees, and the sales was around $8 million. Today, we are 170 people, and the sales last year was $36 million. So we are growing almost 2 digits, except of the pandemic time. And was a big challenge because we have to teach all the people, and not just to teach, show why we have to be involved in the ISO 9000, all the benefits we can get it. And one of the main benefits, the system will be more clean, all the process in the company, and the result can be a bigger sales, right? Because in that time, the multinational companies was requiring, if you had the certification ISO, it will be more easy to sell materials there.
Okay, and how long did it take you, all this process?
Maybe like 8 months to 10 months.
And how the people react with these new changes? Were they taking it?
All the change has a negation, opposition, right?
Yes.
So it was speaking with the people, and one day we should say, okay, the people want to be in the same boat with us, with ISO 9001, with all the changes. Welcome. The people don't want to do what that you have to do to be to get the ISO. You can quick. So that was a hard talking, but first we tried to speak in different ways to to make some kind of cocoa wash of sensibilization to the people, but some people just react. Most of the people, they did they did it well, but maybe 10% we have to fire.
Were they convinced that there were a lot of benefits changing to the ISO 9000?
Yeah, most of them was convinced, but some was don't. So we should say goodbye.
Okay.
And put new people.
Like the old saying, my way or the highway.
Right.
Okay.
Or you can say, there is two soups, and one is already finished.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. After this change, you decided to grow. So you began to build your own equipment and extend your plan. What was the driver for this change?
The driver was, we detect the neck bottle on the production, on the systems. So we decided to semi-automatize the packaging, because packaging was doing by hand. So by hand and weights. So from the reactors, from the dispersers, from the different equipments, we did it with people, from the neck of the valve to the drums, to the buckets, to the cans, to the gallons. And then we decide to automatize to avoid mistakes and do it faster.
Okay.
That was with equipment. And at the same time, you are going to talk about new products. We always are researching and develop new products, because we attend most of the shows in our industry, and we realize what's new, what the competitors, the big ones, the multinational companies, that they have new. So our goal, our object is to at least to do it the same way, performance, and improve it. For the new system, we can commercialize in Mexico.
Yeah, I remember.
Because our business has two divisions. One is manufacturing, and the other one is distribution.
Okay.
And for manufacturing, we always develop new products, new technologies. Yeah. And that new technologies sometimes require new equipment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that in a long time, you decided to buy machinery that in middle use, and then you fix it and rebuild some machinery and build your own equipment.
That's true.
What was that reason?
The reason was we have a business partners. They are foreigners, and they are sometimes, most of them, they are bigger than us, much bigger than us. It's companies from more than $2 million sales. 2 billion. 1,000 millions, $2,000 million sales.
Yeah.
So one of them, he was located, they have plants in New York. They have not New York, it's New Jersey. Their plant is in China, their plant is in India. The guy decided before Trump to close the facilities in New Jersey. So we bought one. They have three stages, three factories there. We bought one of them with the used equipment, but the reactors, talking about reactors, this is what you've seen: reactors, decanters, the hoopers, interchange systems. Most of them, if you are not overheated or don't put more pressure that they need they design it. The equipment always are almost new. So we bought everything, we bring to Mexico, and then we fix it. We make some overhauling to change valves, to check the pressure, to check the no vapor, to check the vacuum, and all that kind of stuff. So we fixed, and we already installed some ones, and just pending to install. We bought 6 reactors. We already installed 4, and we're going to install in the third quarter of this year. We're going to install the 25,000 liters reactor.
Yeah, but it was an opportunity.
Of course. We pay in that time, was before the 2017, maybe 2016. We pay totally like 300,000 US dollar, including shipping, including disassembling the old equipment in New Jersey, plus the equipment. The equipment was a bargain. The equipment was like a maybe 420,000 US dollar. Was a bargain. Was a really gift. And then we bring it here. When we bring here, all the equipment, the real value was around $2 million. Even was used.
Even used.
Even
So
used.
it was a great opportunity that helped you
Great.
to expand.
Yes, that's why I bought all that equipment, even that we wasn't that time to install everything. It was stage by stage, but it was a great chance to have enough equipment to the right price to future expansions, because we always grow in 2 digits, fortunately.
How much could you expand your production capacity?
Well, the production capacity right now, we have a production capacity. That time was like a 4,000 metric tons. Today is 32,000 metric tons.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
We're not selling that. We are selling the 50%, but still is a lot. Because why we have specialized equipments. Before that, we bought this equipment, we was using the same reactor for 4 or 5 products, right? For family products. Right now, we're using just 1 reactor for family per family. So we can save money, we're more efficient. We are, the contamination is less because you need to clean it, right? And that water cleaner, or the dilution you're using to clean it, you need to put in a special containers, and then some specialized people taking out to dissolve or to whatever properly. So right now we reduce that pollution. I say pollution.
Okay.
Because there is pollution, but when they use properly, they clean it and they doing ecologically, right? So we reduce that one maybe at 20%, from 100 to 20%. We reduce.
Excellent. Those ecological legislation is affecting your business?
No, it's not affecting because we always are doing that. We always complete with that situations. Of course, increase the cost a little bit. We will always are doing. Was a policy from us since the beginning that in the beginning no one was asking for some political rules or something, but we are doing right now.
Okay,
since a long time ago.
Are you considered ESR company? These companies that they are worried about environmental, people, and society?
Say again, please.
ESR, are you considered an ESR company? In Canada, we have these kinds of company. They are enterprise, social, and environmental responsible.
Okay. We don't have this in Mexico, but right now we're applying rules from some sectors of the government in Mexico that they give you some seal that means that you are no pollution. You are not polluting.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. It's la Secretaría del Trabajo.
Okay. In 2017, we had an earthquake in Mexico City, like in 1985, and your company and plants were damaged. Did you lose somebody or something?
Fortunately, we don't lose people. That day was my birthday. I remember very well because in the company, they did something to celebrate, because in September 19, in that time, we have 5 people that was birthday. So they make some small, like a party for 30 minutes party. And when we finish the party, 10 minutes later, starts the earthquake. So the earthquake was huge, was so strong. And we go out to the street and we realized there was strong noises inside the buildings, because we have 4 buildings. Okay. One in front of the other ones. And we realized a lot of things collapse. Then it starts to, first we was checking about the people was okay. And then I was to see the facilities, the warehouses. And one warehouse was completely damaged. All the drums collapsed, all the drums crashed. Starts to produces smoke because it's a chemicals. They are making some chemical reaction. So we have a neighborhood. They are selling quartz, sand quartz. So we asking that sand to put into the liquids on the floor, and we was cleaning for maybe like 5-6 hours until the reaction stops. So in that moment, we realized to go home. But before that, a lot of people was worried about the kids because we have kids in the school. In my case, I had that time. At that time, I had 4 kids on the school, and we don't anything about the guy, the family. So because the telephones collapse, and maybe 1 hour later it starts to function the WhatsApp, the message, and they start to communicate. I'm okay. Meanwhile, was a nightmare. We didn't know anything about the families, and a lot of colleagues in the work was the same way. But when they realized the family was okay, everybody was helping. So that day, I don't have time to think about it. Just control the damage, then and cut the electricity and cut the gas and cut everything that can be risky. And I remember I arrived home around 9 p.m. Everybody they want to say, hey, happy birthday. Say, okay. But there was not so many reasons to be happy. Of course, yes. Everybody was safe. That's the main reason. But anyway, was hard, right? So next day, I remember very well, I arrived to the company. I take a view for the main warehouse was damaged because we have a loss of $3 million. And I was thinking, I don't know how long we will take to recovering. But immediately we start to work, we start to cleaning, we hiding some kind of device to take out the drum by drum. The only way to move that drum by drum because it was collapsed.
Yes.
But the other people was helping, the family, my sons was helping. And we start to sell immediately to the next day. So the second day, I realized that we can recover so fast. And we start to working. Of course, was a lot of material damage. We have insurance company, but the insurance company, I don't know in Canada, but in Mexico, they try to don't pay. They're always trying to pay the less amount, or if they can not pay, they choose that not pay the insurance companies. Then we was moving. In one point, they say, okay, this is the waste. All the material was drums, broke drums, the material contaminated. And I talked to the insurance. You need to take out this outside to put in some place to do it ecologically. They say, no, I can't. It's in the contract. So at the end, we negotiate. We will pay half. And I had to say, okay. And one day, we was missing the material. We opened that damaged drums. And we realized was some pollution, but not so hard. And we start to filtering in activate carbon, and most of them we recover it during the 10 months. But at the end we improve a lot on recovery, and we don't lose almost nothing about money, but it was a little painful.
Yeah, it's an amazing story, and
yes,
it's not an easy job to be the CEO.
Yeah, no. Sometimes it's people believe that the CEOs we're just enjoying life and taking a great rest, but that's not true. We're always thinking about it. We're always looking for something to do new, and because we compete in Mexico, we compete with monsters, multinational monsters, so we to do it really good. And then in that moment, I realized we are using racks, and we called maybe four manufacturer companies that was producing racks. They didn't have idea about the racks performance. That's unbelievable because there was the manufacturing. Some rack companies told me, hey, don't worry, you can like hang or tie to the concrete wall. And that's complete false because the one is metallic and the other one is concrete and steel. And the way to the behavior during the earthquakes is quite different. So you cannot put together, should be separate. And then our rack was 7 meters high because the guys that they manufactured, they say it was okay. And then at one point we realized that's a lie. They was lying. That's bullshit. They don't have any idea because the rack can be higher than 3.5 times the base. So we realized that we don't have enough space to do by that rule because of the base of the racks is 95 centimeters. So multiply by 3.5 is around 320. I have some idea. Yeah, I put two racks together by unified by steel structure in the middle. So the base became 220. 220 divided for 3.5 was more than 6 meters what we needed. So we did it. We have to buy new forklifts for double H at the end.
Yeah.
And we can put all the material in that warehouse. We have to invest a bunch of money.
Yeah, it is. After the earthquake, what was your reason for developing new products? The market, competitors?
Because the company which doesn't move disappear. We need to move. We need to be flexible. We need to adapt to the new technologies, and we need to have the same one, at least. But if we can have better, it's much better. That's why we have 7 people in research and development, and we invest a lot of money in equipment. In 2020, yes, 2020 in March, PPG asked us to visit us to check if we can become to global suppliers. So we was a little afraid because PPG has a fame that they are so picky. They came to the company, and immediately when the guy arrives, he starts to give a tour in the company. He told us, "Oh, I was thinking you was so small, like people from the third world, but your company is for the first world, and you have a lot of equipment." So we passed the auditory, and they call us multinational suppliers.
Excellent.
And then the pandemic came.
Okay, this is the last question. When COVID pandemic began, Mexican government allowed chemical industry still running because they were considered essential industry.
But
Not everyone?
No. In our case, like we are making coatings and sanitary coatings,
yeah,
should be no problem, but someone was closing. So in April, our sales record decreased to 45% to our budget. So we was in shock. So immediately we say, what should do? So we start to manufacturing, to producing, as a lot of companies producing gel, antibacterial gel. We start to manufacturing limpiadores multisuperficies.
Multi-surface cleaner.
Multi-surface cleaner, and we start to put more technology. We were manufacturing multi-surface cleaner with a window for 8 hours to still the soap can still destroying virus, bacteria, and fungus. With some new technology for the ammonium quaternaries for the 4th and 5th generation. We put in everything, and because of that, we recovering our sales. In May it was 65, then in June, and in July we're recovering our sales. Not the sales that we put the budget for 2020 because was 16% higher than 2019, but we matched 2019 period. Same July was the same. So we was so happy because during pandemic time to maintain the growth that you get it in the previous year was so great for us. And at the end of the year, we get the same numbers that 2019. So it was okay. Was good numbers.
Okay, during pandemic, did you have to improve something?
We have to improve a lot. We have to develop new products. We should be more aggressive on sales.
Yes.
Of course, we try to offer in discounts, but we reduce all the expenses. So we reduce expenses at maximum, and the result of the year 2020 was with better EBITDA than the previous year. We sold the same as 2019, but the EBITDA was higher, like 20% at 2019 in 2020.
Yeah.
We make a change, reduce expenses to avoid to fire people. In the first 3-4 months, we should put some people sent to home, just working 3 days and reduce your salary. We talk to the people. We have just 2 options: or reduce the time, or we need to fire like a 40% of the people. They say, no, please don't fire us. We accept that just working the 60% of the time. That what for the people is getting less money, and for the people from the middle salaries to the top, they decide to continue staying the whole days in Mexico in the company.
Okay, so they decided to keep the jobs.
Yes, because in Mexico, a lot of people lose their job.
Yeah, that's
even
right.
Even during this day, today is 2022, has been no oversized by my state. Everybody recovering, everybody's selling so much. But in Mexico, because of pandemic, because of the policy of the government, the economy policy was bad. The political decisions was really bad. Our president, he espantó.
He is scared.
He scared all the people with money, all the foreign investors. He scared the foreign investors. No one wants to invest in Mexico because the rules change every 3 months. He said, yes, we will go to business. At the end, they don't publish. So it's so difficult to be an entrepreneur, to be a businessman in Mexico, because the rules change a lot. Depends how dinner last night is. Like his mood during the day, I changed everything. In countries like us, it's not easy because the policies change. The policies from the economy, the policies from politics. It's crazy.
Yeah, but you have survived, and that's an excellent.
Grow, right?
Yes.
But it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
You can tell us.
But we need to maybe eat for double and taking care of everything here.
Yeah, but okay. Thank you so much, Jim. I want to congratulate you. You are an excellent boss. I have witnessed that all of that decisions that you made, and thank you so much for accepting my invitation. And thank you so much for your time. Warm regards. And see you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Ciao.